World Humanitarian Day is commemorated every year on the 19th of August to advocate for and honor humanitarian workers who, despite the odds, have been providing help and life-saving assistance to people affected by crisis. This year, the United Nations selected the theme, quote, "It takes a village," unquote. There is a saying that goes, "It takes a village to raise a child." In the same vein, the community is called upon to support persons in need in times of crisis. This year's World Humanitarian Day builds on this metaphor of collective endeavor to promote global appreciation of humanitarian work. When a country is affected by natural disasters, disease or conflicts, it may have a ripple effect and impact on other countries, highlighting that the world is a global interconnected village. Similarly, there is need for enforced awareness and solidarity to respond to crisis. There is a dire need for unity in mobilizing resources and aid to the needy and people in disaster-stricken situations. Over the past years, climate emergencies, conflicts, and the COVID-19 pandemic have put the world's population to test like never before. It indeed calls for a tribute to all humanitarians, frontline workers, volunteers, and social workers who have been providing support and help undaunted by crisis to assist victims, be it from natural disasters, conflicts, disease, amongst others. In Mauritius, the government has been active in its fight against the pandemic and to ensure the well-being of the population, has taken various measures of a humanitarian nature, such as free distribution of food packs and face masks to vulnerable households in response to the COVID-19 crisis. I wish to put into the limelight the work carried out by our local humanitarians, doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, transport workers, social workers, and so many others as well as a large number of volunteers perform with utmost dedication and self-sacrifice. I take this opportunity to convey to these unsung heroes my sincere appreciation to humanitarian work and to these workers who have selflessly responded to people in need. To cater for the safety of citizens in times of emergencies, our government has set up a National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Center to coordinate efforts of various agencies responsible for disaster mitigation. The center has put in place a structure and devised emergency plans to cope with emergencies. It further carries out sensitization campaigns and organizes simulation exercises which take into account, amongst others, the needs of vulnerable persons, including the elderly, children, and persons with disabilities. I invite you all to reflect on a quote from Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt, the first chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, which reads as follows, quote, "You must do the thing you think you cannot do," unquote. May it inspire you to engage in the noble cause of humanitarian work. Happy World Humanitarian Day 2022. Thank you for your attention.